This drama has been going on for a little over 3 years, and for a while we thought that ASAP Rocky would get away with it because it is being reported that he faces up to 24 years in prison for the 2021 shooting of his former friend ASAP Rocky. However, not only did the case not get swept under the rug, but it also went to trial, and it is not looking good for Rocky. However, the streets are claiming that his billionaire baby mama Rihanna is going to step in and save the day by settling out of court with RDI to save her baby daddy. But will that be enough to save Rocky, and why in the world did he decline that sweet plea deal with the prosecutors? Let's get to the bottom of it. Fans assume that Rihanna will pay to keep Rocky out of jail because if he does, she would become a single mother of 2 children under the age of 3, which is something no one wants to experience alone. To make matters worse, Rocky and Rihanna have repeatedly stated that they have very little assistance when it comes to raising their children because they like to do an interview by yourself. When Rihanna said, "We came home cold turkey with no one, it was just us as parents and our baby. I cannot believe it. Basically, I went from being 1 person to 2. You walk into the hospital as a couple and leave as a family of 3. It's nuts, and oh my gosh, those first days are insane. You don't sleep at all, even if you wanted to." If Rocky goes to jail, Rihanna will have to juggle her billion-dollar empire in addition to caring for 2 toddlers, which is not easy, so it's easy to understand why she would want him out of jail. She'll spend possibly millions of dollars to keep him out of jail. If you're wondering why the cost is so high, it's because the case is very serious. In 2021, Rocky and his former friend ASAP Rocky got into a heated argument, and at one point, Rocky allegedly pulled out a gun and fired a few shots. Apparently, the drama began with a fight between Rocky and ASAP Rocky, who is also a member of the ASAP mob crew. Rocky and Rocky had a serious falling out, and things quickly got out of hand. No one knows exactly what started the argument, but it didn't last long. They threw hands with one another, and if that wasn't crazy enough, Rocky allegedly escalated the situation by drawing a gun and firing several shots. Although RDI wasn't seriously hurt, he was grazed and suffered minor injuries. Even though he left, the incident was severe enough to return and cause serious issues for Rocky, and just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, another lawyer shows up. R's legal team, rather than being resolved through dialogue, it descended into a full-scale, chaotic showdown. Unbeknownst to Mr. Efren, our solicitors wrote ASAP when Rock arrived at the scene. A conversation started without any warning or provocation, and he wasn't merely preparing for a talk. He had a semi-automatic. Rocky deliberately fired multiple shots at Mr. Efren and produced a hand. If Rocky had planned this beforehand, everything would have changed. Prosecutors could claim that this wasn't a spontaneous altercation, but rather a calculated move, and with the video evidence supporting that, things aren't looking good for him in court. The situation peaked in April 2022 when Rocky was arrested at LAX, and the timing couldn't have gotten worse following months of investigation, and law enforcement decided to take action just as he and Rihanna arrived in the United States following a trip to Barbados. The Los Angeles Police Department issued a statement regarding the matter, stating that detectives from the Robbery H Division had made an arrest and established a connection with an incident that took place in the Hollywood region in November 2021 on December 6, 21 at approximately 10:15 p.m. in the Hollywood neighborhood near the intersection of Salma Avenue and Argyle Avenue. 2 acquaintances got into a heated argument that ended with the suspect shooting the victim. The victim was slightly hurt in the incident and sought medical attention after the detectives worked diligently to investigate and corroborate the reporting information, which helped identify the suspects involved. The suspect, who is 33-year-old Reckon Myers, a Los Angeles resident and well-known as music artist ASAP, fled the area on foot with 2 other males. Following his arrest at LAX that made headlines, Myers was taken into custody by LAPD police early this morning for assault at the Los Angeles International Airport. The matter will be brought to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for filing consideration. Rocky was released from custody after paying the $550,000 bail and returning home in a matter of hours. But even though he may have avoided spending the night in jail, that was only the beginning of
defendant or who is it his girlfriend?
His wife.
How
It's his common law wife, Your Honor. They have 2
common
children
law
together, so
All right. So I should characterize it as common law wife?
or just wife. It's fine. However you like, but yes, they're
No,
not. I mean,
I'll-
they're common law husband
I'll
and wife
call
living
her
together.
whatever you want me to call her. You want wife? Okay.
Your Honor, I think if they're not legally married, we prefer that she not be referred to as his wife, and that she is just referred to as his significant other or
The rumors about Rihanna possibly stepping in with a big financial contribution definitely add an extra layer of intrigue to this whole situation. It wouldn't be surprising if she was doing everything in her power to keep Rocky out of jail, especially with their family and the stakes at hand. But like you said, there's no proof of that, so it's all speculation for now. It would make sense, though, why Rocky might feel emboldened if he thinks he has support like that behind him. The fans are really divided on this. Some are criticizing him for not taking the plea, while others are wondering if there's something we don't know yet that could turn the tide in his favor. The whole false reality idea some fans are throwing around is a tough critique, but I can see how they might feel that way, especially considering how high the stakes are. What do you think? Do you think there's more to this than just a trial? Or is Rocky really taking a huge risk by not accepting the deal?
You said he pointed at you. Where on your body was he pointing?
Like towards my stomach, like towards like my headish a little. Like everything was happening so fast. So fast. You know what I mean?
And from what you're describing, was it moving?
Yeah, it was moving. He had it up.
Okay, so he didn't just hold it at your stomach. It was kind of
No, he was looking for a spot to.
Okay.
If Elijah wasn't there, I don't know what would happen.
And you said as he was pointing it at you, what did he say?
I'll kill you right now.
And was that in an angry tone?
Yeah, he was livid.
The fact that the prosecution even offered Rocky that plea deal definitely shows how crucial his case is and the stakes involved. It's wild that he turned it down, especially with the potential for only serving 3 months in jail instead of facing up to 24 years. I mean, most people would probably take the 6-month deal without blinking. But Rocky's clearly betting on a different outcome, which is a major gamble, especially with REI's testimony. The claim that he didn't just shoot to injure, but aimed to kill changes the entire tone of the trial. That kind of testimony can seriously impact the jury's view. Rocky must be feeling pretty confident in his defense strategy, or maybe thinks there's enough doubt to sway things in his favor. Do you think his decision to take it to trial could be more about clearing his name or just trying to avoid the long-term consequences of a guilty plea?